Hi everyone, my name is Mara Marchesi and I am an intuitive and creative coach, and I help people repositioning themselves in life with meaning and purpose, and I do that helping you reconnecting to your inner child so then you can be aligned to your true self. Last time I talked to you about the playful inner child, and this time I'm gonna talk to you about the inner child because some of you have asked me to dig a little bit deeper and understand a little bit how to heal our inner child. So, most of the time, when we're children, we act in a way that is safe for us, but has not been told us how to behave. So, for example, say you grew up in a family that is not particularly expressive in terms of emotions, but you might be a very emotional individual. But seeing your parents and your family around not being able or not really expressing the way their feelings are might prompt you to adopt the same behavior. But this is not because they told you so. This is just because it felt safe for you and it felt normal for you to behave in this way. So, this is where most of the time there is a disconnection between ourselves when we grow up. So, for example, for me, I had to work about my inner worth. I have a sibling and is more an introvert, and I've always been an extrovert. So I always been very noisy and always wanted to go for what I wanted, and this caused a lot of friction between me and my parents. But at the same time, for them, I wasn't someone that needed help in getting what I wanted because, in a way or in another, I would go for it. To me, when I was a child, that translated is like she's not good enough. We don't love her enough, and we don't love her in the same way we love the other one. So obviously, this is not true, and they didn't tell me that they love me massively. But this is how I felt when I was a child because each and every one of us is different and takes things in a different way and responds in a different way. So this is because our mind works in this way, and we have a safety mechanism inside of us that makes us believe in the way that makes us feel more comfortable and safer. And especially when you're a child, you need to feel safe in the way you behave and in what you do. So this is why we often get to this point. The problem is that at that time, that mechanism, that way of behaving is absolutely fine. But that way of behaving doesn't grow with us. So we become adult and this mechanism stays in that way, doesn't develop with us. And that's where we start to have blocks and fears. And this is why we need to heal our inner child so then we can move forward. So today I want to give you 4 steps to try to help your inner child to heal and start to move forward and then get back to your playful inner child. So as usual, I like you to find a quiet space and find peace inside of yourself. Take 3 deep breaths in and out, and once you're ready, you can start. So, tip number 1: look at yourself in the mirror and say I love you. Yeah, say I love you to yourself, and in particular to your inner child, and to all the reason and list all the reasons why you love yourself. For example, I love you because I never did what I was told. I love you because you were always very happy. I love you because you like singing, and so on. So whatever it is that you love yourself, even if it's something negative, like not listening to your parents, it doesn't matter. But that is a part of yourself, even now. So just love that part of yourself. The second tip is look at yourself in the mirror and acknowledge yourself. Acknowledging yourself, it's something very, very important. Sometimes we don't feel other people acknowledge us, and this is what creates again a sense of unworthiness and frustration. So start within you. So list all the situations where you felt you've not been acknowledged, or there has been a feeling that has not been acknowledged, and start acknowledging now. So for example, I felt sad because mom left me in the middle of the room while I was talking. For example, it's very silly, but sometimes, a small situation can cause us a lot of pain. Just acknowledge yourself and say, I acknowledge yourself, and you were talking about a very important topic. And do that with all the situations that you can come up with, that you can remember, that made you feel in a way that was uncomfortable, and you might still stick to that. Number 3, forgive yourself and forgive your parents. Forgiveness is a very powerful tool, and is also very difficult to do. So again, find situations where you felt you've been wrong by your parents, and your siblings, your family in general when you were a child, and forgive them, because the reason why they did that, there was a reason at the time. You might have not understood it. You might understand it now. It's the way they made you feel that is still stuck within you, and that's why you need to forgive them. And the last one is thank you. Yeah, thank yourself for being how you've been, and for being how you are, and especially thank your inner child for the strength that it had to put you through difficult situations and to make you do what was best for you at the time. You are who you are for what has happened to you and for the way you have behaved. So thank yourself, because if you are the person you are, it's because of all that happened to you, so even to your inner child. Alright, so if you like what my video today, please subscribe to my channel. There is a button at the top, and share it with your friends if you feel they need it, and they might like this video. And feel free to get in touch with me via Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn. I'm gonna put all the links below. You can make any comment wherever you want. And if you feel like talking more about this subject, you want to have this discovery chat with me, feel free to get in touch. I offer coaching session that go there from 3 or 6 months, depending on the topic and the goals you want to achieve. So I really hope you liked it, and thank you so much for watching, and I see you next week. Ciao.